In today's episode of RAR Garage, we've got 3 tasks. First, fix the jet skis that we definitely did not just fix a few weeks ago. We have to get the AC running cool again in the RAR Action News van. And lastly, we get to send Carter and Bailey straight into a watery punishment.
On this episode of RAR Garage, we're about to go for a swim!
Alright, so yesterday Carter was riding the jet ski out on the lake and we got a rope stuck in the drive shaft. So we've got the jet skis out of the lake. It's a lot easier to do them in the garage. I'm gonna climb under there and try and cut this out. But that's not all. The day before that, Carter took this jet ski out and sunk it in the lake because it was full of water, and he pushed it off the dock and it sunk to the bottom of the lake. So it filled up with water. The engine filled up with water. So we're basically just gonna do like a full oil flush in the engine, and this one will be good to go as well. So I don't know if you can see in there, there is a lot of rope wrapped around this thing. So I'm gonna see if I can pull this grate off and get better access. I'm gonna see if I can even get this out. This is like epoxied in. May not be able to come out. So this grate is like, it's got some like sealant around the edges here, which is not really what I expected. I may need to have to work on it right here like this. So what I think I'm gonna do is pull the spark plugs out of the engine, which will make it easier to turn over, because when you have the spark plugs out, the engine's not producing compression, so it should spin really easy, and I may be able to pull on the rope and get it to feed back out. Let's try that. Feels like just yesterday we were in here doing this. Been there, done that. Okay, spark plugs are out. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go under here. I'm gonna try and cut the rope where I can and start pulling and see if things can start unwinding. Carter's been getting some great use out of this RAR Action News van, but it's in desperate need of an AC tune-up. And don't forget to stay tuned for the end of the video. Rumor has it, Team RAR might be joining the Olympics in 2 years. All right, so the guys have been driving this van around for a while, and they're complaining that the AC is not blowing very cold in there, and it's pretty hot outside. So I'm gonna pop the hood, check the AC, and we're gonna see if the pressures are low or something's not working right. So on these vans, you don't pop the hood like normal. On most cars, there's a little like flap inside by the driver's door to pop the hood. But on these, you flip open the logo, stick the key in, and turn it this way, and then that way, it goes up. Never seen that before. Okay, so I found the high pressure AC port here. Was real easy. I was looking everywhere trying to figure out where the low pressure one is. On almost every car, they're pretty easy to find, or at least get to, because this is a fairly common thing to do. And I had to look it up because I could not find it anywhere. And apparently, it's down here behind this splash guard by the wheel. So I've got to pop this screw off and pull this splash guard back to get to the low pressure port. Crazy. Never seen that. Sure enough, there it is, right here. Tip of my finger all the way back in there. Oh, there's the leak. Well, that's not supposed to happen. I think I found out where all of our refrigerant's going. Just like the way that your tires hold air, AC has a very similar port where you put the refrigerant in, but it's not supposed to leak out like that, because just like on your tire, when you pull this cap off, it's still supposed to hold air. And basically what's going on is internally there's a little valve with some O-rings on it. And in this case, those O-rings are just leaking. So all that was holding in our refrigerant was the cap, which is not airtight. So the refrigerant was slowly leaking out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this wheel off and get this splash guard off the rest of the way, and I can change out that core. From there, I can recharge the system, and it'll be ice cold again. Okay, so now you can have a little better look at what's going on here. This is the service port. Now, usually, like I said, these are up top where they're very accessible. This is kind of strange. So that's all that's leaking. I just need to pop that core out and put a new one in. Oh boy, it's crunchy in there. I think it's coming out though. Oh boy, might not be. Oh gosh. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so that wasn't gonna work. There's still way too much force required to spin this backwards. So I'm gonna try again to pull this grate out of here, because then I can easily get into the rope. I can hear the sealant releasing. Okay, so the back's got to come down first. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Man, this thing is in here.
It's starting to come.
Yeah.
You want to maybe try a pry bar?
Maybe a second screwdriver.
Just flathead?
Yeah.
A longer one?
Can't believe how resilient.
There we go.
Never mind. Got it. That's nasty. I do not understand the need for this sealant. I've never seen sealant on a jet ski top like that before. Or, sorry, a jet ski grate. Okay, so need to start cutting away at this. I can see here is where he first caught it. All right, it's gonna have to be cut. It's all too tangled up. Okay, so I tried to change the valve in here and it's all like corroded, crunching apart. I can't get that core out of there. So unfortunately, I need to change this entire piece here. This is called the AC accumulator. And luckily, it's pretty easy to change and not an expensive part. So I'm gonna pop this out of here and put a new one in. All right, so got this old accumulator out and I have a brand new one right here. This does not line up. All the holes are in the wrong spots. None of this is like bent the right way, so these are gotta be finagled into place. Okay, that's good. The next step is to hook up my AC gauges to the system and my vacuum pump, which will then pull vacuum on the whole system. It'll pull out any of the oxygen that's gotten in, as well as show us if there's any leaks. So bring it back down. So every car has this sticker under the hood that kind of gives a detail on the AC system. It says how much refrigerant goes in it and what type of refrigerant. If I look here, it says it holds 1.85 pounds or 29.6 ounces of R134A. So I just need to go buy a couple of cans of R134A from the Walmart and we'll be good to go. This is my AC manifold gauge set here. This is what you hook up to the system in order to see your pressures on both your low side and your high side. It's a super important tool anytime you're messing with air conditioning, but the next step is to get this all hooked up. So this is a vacuum pump. This is what I'm gonna hook up to the system in order to pull vacuum on it and get all the contaminants out. This is going to pull 30 inches of mercury on the system just to minimize how much air is in there so that we can try and displace as much of it as possible with refrigerant. All right, so now we just let that run for an hour or so to give it as much time as possible to pull out anything in the system. Whew. This is a lot of rope. Good Lord. All right, we're almost there. There we go. All right, all the rope is out. So all I gotta do now is put this grate back in and we're good.
You gonna re-epoxy it?
Nope. All right, one down. One more to go. All right, so if you saw the video a few weeks ago, you already know how this goes. We drain the oil out, change the oil filter, put fresh oil in it, and it's good to go. That's all I'm gonna do. There's just water in the oil now, so waste of perfectly good oil, but it happens. So we're gonna change that out real quick. Thankfully, fixing these jet skis was pretty easy this time around. That's the first task of the day complete, but make sure to stick around to the end of the video because we've got something awesome coming. While we wait for the vacuum pump to work its magic, it's time to head to Walmart to pick up our refrigerant. So we've left it running for about an hour. The system is under about 28 inches of vacuum, so everything looks good, no leaks. The next step is to shut these valves off and unplug the vacuum pump. Then we hook it up to our cans of refrigerant, and these are going to go into the system. I'm also going to add in a little bit of this AC UV dye so that if there are any leaks now or in the future, a little bit of this will come out and you can find it with a UV light. So another aspect of this is we want to keep track of just how much refrigerant we're putting in. One full can weighs pretty much exactly 400 grams. And then you screw this in, it opens up, there you go. Now we start the car up, turn the AC on, and start pressurizing the system. Just like that, this refrigerant is now starting to flow into the system here. And now we play the waiting game. This can take a little while sometimes.
1 hour later.
There we go, that's more like it. Ice cold air coming out of these vents. I think we're done here. All right, the AC is all fixed up and cool again, so it's time to get the wheel back on. Now that the AC is fixed up, the hard work is done, and it's time to have a little fun down by the lake. All right, so here's the Camry that we took the engine out of for the Bounty Hunter video. Taken a few more parts off of it since then, and now it's a punishment vehicle, and Bailey and Carter are going to ride it into the lake. It's gonna be interesting what happens without doors on the car when it hits the water, but we'll see.
It's gonna sink.
It's gonna sink.
It's gonna sink really fast, that's my guess.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
No brake, just full
Yeah.
speed.
Oh! I can't believe Ryan on this challenge. This is such a bad idea. Hang on, Bailey. Hang on. She's going under. We gotta get out. We gotta get out of this. Go.
All right, now it's time to pull them back out.
Time to pull this thing out. We went way too slow. We need to make it go faster.
I know, we need to boost it or something. Somehow like push it.
Can we please? You think the Ranger's even got the boost to get her out?
Oh, please. I pulled the minivan out from the bottom. That was light work for the Ranger.
Yeah, let's hit it one more time.
Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's go. Let's go, 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 go.
Anybody need a ride? Well, in this episode of RAR Garage, we're about to go for a swim. All right, make this thing go fast. All right, we're gonna run the North Carolina bobsled. We're training for the Olympics, the Winter Olympics next year, in 4 years.
In 4 years.
Or in 2 years?
2 years. 2 years.
Okay. In 2 years, we're running. Team RAR bobsled, here we go. 3, 2, 1, break off.
Go, 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 go.
Jumping in. I'm jumping in. Jump in.
A little bit. We are floating.
Oh, let's get out, let's get out.
Oh gosh, it's mushy.
Stay tuned in 2 years for the Winter Olympics. North Carolina's got a bobsled team on its way.
we hosted like a whole event. Go, go. I got past the lip. There you go. Go, 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 go. Stay in it. There it is. Yes.
Oh!
All right, so we took the most disgusting car we've ever bought and turned it into probably one of the coolest RAR lake attractions we've ever had. That was a lot of fun, and stay tuned for more awesome, rare, ridiculous things.